Hello and welcome. Today we are making delicious bagels using only a few ingredients that you probably already have at home. This recipe is so easy, anybody can do it. And if you follow my step-by-step instructions, you are going to have delicious homemade bagels in no time. You can double the recipe and you can freeze half of them, or whichever you like. You can use your own toppings and they are guaranteed delicious. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Leia. Welcome. If you are returning, I'm happy you are here. Thank you for coming back. So let's do some delicious bagels. What we need is flour. I'm recommending bread flour, which has a higher gluten content. We also need 1 cup of yogurt and some milk, yeast, salt, a little sugar, and an egg for egg wash, and some everything bagel seasoning for topping. Or you can use whatever you like. I always like to start with the yeast. So I have here the warm milk, not hot, just warm, remember. And I'm going to add the yeast and also the sugar. Oopsie, that's the salt. No, we don't want salt with the yeast because it doesn't make our dough rise. Never mix salt with yeast, only sugar. Okay, so give it a good stir to dissolve the yeast and the sugar, and then I'm going to let it sit here for 5 minutes until it gets all foamy. I like to also sprinkle a little bit of flour on the yeast, and I will let it sit here, as I said, for 5 minutes. Yeast has foamed, so I'm going to add it to my mixer's bowl. And I'm using a dough hook to make the dough. And then I'm adding the yogurt. And I'm going to add the flour. I'm going to leave half a cup out for now, just in case it doesn't take the whole amount. If you don't have a stand mixer, no worries, you can do this by hand. Making the dough with a mixer is just easier and more convenient. The dough is coming along, so now I'm going to add the salt. I'm going to add the remaining of the flour. Sometimes it takes more, sometimes less, depends on the flour and the liquid we add to it, so it's better to not add the whole flour at once. The dough is done, so I'm going to stop the machine and remove the dough. The dough should still be soft. I'm going to remove the dough to my board. I'm just gonna knead it a few times. Make it into a ball. And I'm going to cover it and let it rise for 30 minutes. Dough has rested. And now I'm going to divide it. And divide it into 6. So we make 6 bagels, about 120 grams, 4 ounces each. So we take now one at a time and roll it out about 12 inches long, and then we'll form the bagel. Bring the ends together and pinch them together like this. Just like that. I have here a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to place them in the baking sheet. So each bagel comes to about 115 to 120 grams. If you want to be more precise and weigh them. That's what it is. So roll them out like this and then bring the ends together and pinch them together like this. And that's it. Form a circle. To form a nice circle. And don't worry about the big hole. We need that because as they are going to rise when they bake, the hole is getting smaller as they bake. If you like my recipe, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So bring it together to form a circle and overlap a little bit and then pinch them together. Just like that. All done. I'm going to cover it and let it rise for another 20 minutes. And meanwhile, for the last 10 minutes, I'm gonna turn on the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. So I'm going to cover them so they don't dry out. That's important. I'm going to make an egg wash and brush them before baking them. So you basically whisk together one egg with a splash of milk. I like to use a silicone brush. It works so well. So brush each one with the egg wash, and then I'm going to use some topping. And you can use sesame seed, you can use everything bagel, that's one of my favorites, or you can use some cheese with jalapeno or just cheese, whatever you like. I'm going to use some cheese and jalapeno on some, and some I'm going to use everything bagel seasoning. I just grated some cheese and I chopped some jalapeno peppers, mix them together, and there you go. And some of everything bagel seasoning. And now in the oven they go. 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And 25 minutes later, you got delicious bagels. Look at these beauties. Ooh, hot. So let them cool before slicing them. They are soft, and oh, the aroma in the kitchen. I wish you could smell the aroma of these bagels. They are so delicious. And they are so easy to make. Why don't you just try and make them at home? Fresh bagels every time, with your topping that you love. Well, enjoy the recipe and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video.